Breaking Boundaries: 10 Ways to Reinvent Yourself in 2024. Are you tired of being swayed by the opinions of others? Ever felt trapped in a cycle of societal expectations? Imagine a life where you're the master of your destiny, unshaken by external chaos, thriving in serenity and wisdom. This guide isn't just about self-improvement. It's a radical reawakening of your inner potential through the profound insights of Stoicism, Buddhism, and other philosophical giants. You'll discover the art of not caring about the trivial and focusing on what truly matters. Have you ever been paralyzed by fear of the unknown, or found yourself running on the treadmill of societal norms? We'll show you how to break free. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to get updated whenever I publish videos. Also, give a thumbs up if you think this video is useful to you. Prepare to embark on an enlightening path. You'll learn to embrace life with courage, craft your personal definition of happiness, and cultivate a mindset where every challenge is a stepping stone to growth. This is your moment to shine. Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to a life of fulfillment and tranquility. Strategy number 1: the art of not caring. Picture this. You're about to give a presentation at work. Your heart's racing, not because of the presentation itself, but because you're worried about what your colleagues will think. Sound familiar? This is where the art of not caring comes into play. It's not about being indifferent or cold. It's about focusing your energy where it truly matters, on your performance, not people's opinions. Stoicism, a philosophy deeply rooted in managing emotions and expectations, teaches us precisely this. Ever heard of Marcus Aurelius? A Roman emperor and a Stoic. He believed in focusing on what's in our control. Can you control what others think of you? Hardly. But can you control your preparation and delivery? Absolutely. Now, let's turn to Buddhism. It emphasizes detachment, but not in the way you might think. It's not about severing ties with the world, but understanding that excessive attachment to outcomes, like craving approval, often leads to disappointment. Ever felt overly anxious about a social event, only to realize it wasn't as big a deal as you thought? That's attachment playing tricks on your mind. In your everyday life, applying the art of not caring could look something like this. You've made a mistake at work. Instead of spiraling into a frenzy about how others will perceive you, you focus on fixing the mistake and learning from it. Or perhaps you stop saying yes to every request, realizing that your time and energy are precious. Remember, the art of not caring isn't a one-time fix, but a journey. It's about asking yourself, am I investing my energy in the right places? Start small. Next time you find yourself worrying about something outside your control, take a deep breath and ask, can I change this? If not, let it go. Ready to embrace a more peaceful and focused life? Start practicing the art of not caring where it matters and watch your world change. Strategy number 2: embrace selfishness and self-love. Have you ever felt guilty for taking a day just for yourself? Or maybe you've been called selfish for putting your own needs first. Here's the twist. Embracing a healthy dose of selfishness and self-love is not just okay, it's essential. Think about it this way. When you're on an airplane, the safety instructions tell you to put on your oxygen mask first before helping others. Why? Because you can't help anyone if you're running out of air yourself. This is a perfect metaphor for life. If you're constantly pouring energy into others without refueling your own tank, you're headed for a burnout. Self-love and healthy selfishness are about acknowledging and taking care of your own needs. It's giving yourself permission to say no when you're overstretched, or choosing to pursue a hobby that brings you joy, even if others don't understand it. Now, let's connect this to some practical wisdom. Stoicism teaches us about the importance of focusing on what we can control. And one thing we definitely can control is how we treat ourselves. Remember Epictetus. He talked about distinguishing what is in our power versus what isn't. Your well-being, that's in your power. Let's put this into a daily scenario. Imagine you're swamped at work and a colleague asks for help on a project. Your instinct might be to say yes, but you're already stretched thin. Here, embracing a bit of selfishness means evaluating your capacity honestly and maybe saying, I can't help right now. Or consider a weekend morning. You've had a hectic week, and you have the option to either catch up on work or take a long walk in nature. Choosing the walk isn't selfish. It's an act of self-love, recharging your batteries for challenges ahead. In embracing self-love, we're not advocating for disregard of others. It's about finding that sweet spot where you value yourself enough to give yourself what you need. This balance is beautifully mirrored in Buddhism's middle way, which advocates neither extreme self-denial nor indulgence, but a harmonious balance. So, next time you're faced with a choice that affects your well-being, ask yourself, is this decision nurturing me, or is it draining me? Remember, embracing self-love and healthy selfishness is not just about you. It's about being your best self for you and those around you. Strategy number 3. Find purpose in chaos. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the chaos around you? Maybe it's the constant barrage of news, the endless to-do lists, or the unpredictability of daily life. In such times, finding purpose can seem like searching for a needle in a haystack. But what if I told you that chaos isn't just a hurdle to overcome, but a landscape where purpose can be discovered? Let's take a page from Stoicism. Remember Marcus Aurelius. In the midst of running an empire and dealing with endless wars, he found purpose in upholding virtues like wisdom, justice, and self-discipline. He wrote in his Meditations about finding tranquility in chaos. So, what's your virtue that keeps you anchored amidst life's storms? Is it kindness, resilience, creativity, or maybe a combination of several virtues? Now, think about a time when your day didn't go as planned. Maybe a project at work took an unexpected turn, or a global event turned your world upside down. It's easy to feel lost in these moments, but here lies the opportunity to find purpose. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I grow? Consider the concept of ikigai, a Japanese philosophy meaning a reason for being. It's about finding joy in life through purpose. Your ikigai is at the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. In chaos, this philosophy guides you to focus on small joys and contributions you can make, no matter how turbulent things seem. For a practical example, let's say you're passionate about environmental conservation, but the sheer scale of global environmental issues feels overwhelming. Here's where you find purpose in small actions. Maybe start a recycling program in your neighborhood, or volunteer for a local cleanup. These small steps amidst the chaos align with your larger purpose of caring for the earth. Buddhism also offers a valuable perspective here. It teaches us to embrace impermanence and find peace in the fact that everything changes. In chaos, there's a lesson about the transient nature of life, reminding us to focus on what truly matters. So, next time you feel engulfed by chaos, take a moment to pause. Reflect on your values, your ikigai, and the impermanence of life. Ask yourself, how can I use this moment to grow? What small step can I take today towards my larger purpose? Remember, finding purpose in chaos isn't about eliminating disorder. It's about discovering your path within it. Strategy number 4. Grow and live with virtue, wisdom, and tranquility. Have you ever wondered how to navigate life's challenges while maintaining a sense of inner peace and wisdom? It's not just about being calm in the face of adversity, but also about growing as a person, guided by virtue and wisdom. Think of a day when everything seemed to go wrong. The traffic was terrible, you were late for an important meeting, and then your phone died. In such moments, tranquility seems like a distant dream, doesn't it? This is where Stoicism comes into play. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius believed in embracing life as it comes, focusing on how we can respond virtuously to any situation. So in that chaotic day, instead of succumbing to frustration, you could ask yourself, what can I control here? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? Now, let's talk about wisdom. Wisdom isn't just about knowledge. It's about applying that knowledge in a way that benefits both you and those around you. For instance, imagine you're in a disagreement with a friend. Instead of insisting on being right, wisdom would guide you to listen, understand their perspective, and find a solution that strengthens your relationship. And virtue. It's about more than just doing the right thing. It's about building character traits like kindness, honesty, and courage. For example, showing kindness isn't just about grand gestures. It's found in the small acts, like being patient with an elderly neighbor or understanding with a stressed colleague. Buddhism also offers a valuable insight here, the concept of mindfulness. It's about being fully present in the moment, aware of our thoughts and actions, and acting with intention. When you're mindful, you're able to approach situations with a sense of calm and clarity, making decisions that align with your virtues. So, how can you start living with virtue, wisdom, and tranquility? Begin by identifying your core values. What principles do you want to guide your life? Once you know your values, try to incorporate them into your daily decisions, big and small. Practice mindfulness to stay connected to the present moment. This helps in making thoughtful decisions that reflect your wisdom. Living with virtue, wisdom, and tranquility is about aligning your actions with your values, making considered choices, and maintaining inner peace amidst life's ups and downs. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Each day offers a new opportunity to practice these principles. Strategy number 5. Live in calmness and enlightenment. Ever found yourself caught in the hustle and bustle of daily life, feeling like you're constantly reacting to one thing after another? Maybe it's the endless stream of emails, the never-ending to-do list, or the stress of balancing work and personal life. How can we find a sense of calm and enlightenment amidst all this? First, let's talk about calmness. This isn't just about being relaxed. It's about maintaining a state of inner peace and clarity, regardless of what's happening around you. Think of a stressful situation at work, like a tight deadline or a challenging project. Instead of getting caught up in anxiety, imagine if you could approach it with a clear, calm mind. This is where practices like mindfulness, drawn from Buddhist philosophy, can be a game changer. It's about being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts and actions, and not getting overwhelmed by the chaos around you. Now, let's consider enlightenment. This isn't just a lofty, abstract concept. It's about having a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. For example, have you ever paused to reflect on why certain things trigger strong reactions in you? Enlightenment is about gaining insight into these patterns, understanding their roots, and using this knowledge to grow and evolve. So, how do we achieve this state of calmness and enlightenment in our everyday lives? Start with small daily practices. Take a few minutes each day to meditate or practice deep breathing. This helps in grounding yourself and maintaining calmness. When faced with a challenge, instead of reacting impulsively, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what is this situation teaching me? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my personal growth? Another practical tip is to engage in regular self-reflection. Take time each week to journal or contemplate your experiences. What lessons have you learned? How have you grown? This practice helps in cultivating enlightenment by deepening your understanding of yourself and your place in the world. Strategy number 6. Develop existential courage. Have you ever faced a situation where you felt like everything you believed was being challenged? Maybe it was a personal crisis, a major life change, or a moment where you questioned the very purpose of your existence. This is where existential courage comes into play. The bravery to face the uncertainties of life and find meaning in them. Let's dive into a practical example. Imagine you're considering a career change, something that aligns more with your passions, but is less stable or lucrative. It's a path filled with uncertainties. Do you take the leap? Existential courage is about embracing such uncertainties, not with reckless abandon, but with a thoughtful acknowledgement of life's inherent unpredictability. It's about asking yourself, what truly matters to me? And, am I willing to take risks for what I believe in? This concept is deeply rooted in existentialist philosophy, as advocated by thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Soren Kierkegaard. They emphasize the importance of personal responsibility and making choices that define our existence. It's about creating your path rather than following a preordained script. Now, consider a moment in your life when you felt lost or without direction. Perhaps it was after a personal loss, or when traditional paths to success didn't bring the fulfillment you expected. In these moments, building existential courage means searching within yourself for values and purposes that resonate deeply with you, rather than relying on external validations. Another aspect of existential courage is facing our fears and anxieties head-on. For instance, the fear of failure often holds us back from pursuing our dreams. To build existential courage, you might start by acknowledging these fears, then gradually taking small steps towards your goals, despite the fear. In everyday life, you can cultivate existential courage by challenging societal norms and stereotypes that don't align with your true self. It's about being authentic, even when it goes against the grain. For example, choosing a non-traditional career path, or embracing a lifestyle that's different from what's expected in your community, takes existential courage. Existential courage is not about never feeling fear or doubt. It's about moving forward despite these feelings. It's about asking yourself, what choices can I make today that are true to myself? And how can I live a life that's authentically mine? Remember, building existential courage is a continuous process, a journey of self-discovery and making meaningful choices. It's about finding your unique path in a world with no set directions. Strategy number 7. Concentrate on the controllable. Concentrate on the controllable is a powerful mantra, especially when life throws curveballs your way. Have you ever found yourself fretting over things that were out of your hands? Maybe you've worried about the outcome of a job interview, the weather on an important day, or the state of the world. The key to maintaining peace of mind is focusing on what you can control. Let's take a practical example from everyday life. Imagine you're planning an outdoor event, and the weather forecast suddenly predicts rain. It's natural to feel anxious, but can you control the weather? No. What you can control, however, is your response, like arranging for tents or an indoor backup venue. This is where Stoic philosophy, particularly from thinkers like Epictetus, comes into play. He taught that our happiness is directly linked to focusing on our own actions and responses, rather than external events. Now, think about your reactions to situations at work or home. Perhaps a colleague has a habit that annoys you, or traffic makes you late. While you can't control the actions of others or traffic flow, you can control how you react. Do you let frustration consume you, or do you find a way to stay calm and collected? This is about exercising control where you can, maybe by leaving earlier for work or using the commute time to listen to an audiobook. Another aspect of concentrating on the controllable is understanding the limits of your influence. For instance, you can't control how others feel or act, but you can control how you communicate and empathize with them. It's about realizing that while you can offer advice or support to a friend in need, ultimately, their choices and feelings are their own. In daily life, practicing this principle can look like prioritizing your tasks, focusing on urgent and important ones that are within your power to complete, rather than stressing over larger outcomes that are beyond your control. It's about asking yourself, Is this within my control? What action can I take right now? Mindfulness is a great tool here. It helps in recognizing the moments when your mind starts to drift into the uncontrollable territory and gently guides it back to what you can manage: your actions, your thoughts, and your attitude. In summary, concentrating on the controllable is a mindset shift. It's about acknowledging the limits of your power and focusing your energy where it's most effective. This approach doesn't just reduce stress. It empowers you to be more effective, calm, and resilient. So next time you catch yourself worrying about the uncontrollable, pause and ask, what can I actually control in this situation? Remember, it's not about the hand you're dealt, but how you play your cards. Strategy number 8. Overcome worry and fear. Have you ever lain awake at night, tangled in worries about what tomorrow might bring? Or perhaps felt paralyzed by fear at the thought of stepping out of your comfort zone? These are common experiences, but they don't have to dictate your life. Let's start with worry. Imagine you're up for a big promotion at work. It's easy to get caught up in a whirlwind of what ifs. What if I don't get it? What if I'm not good enough? Here's where Stoicism offers a valuable perspective. Stoics like Seneca and Epictetus believed in focusing on the present and preparing for different outcomes, rather than fretting over them. Instead of worrying about the promotion, concentrate on doing your best in the present moment. Prepare for the interview, but also prepare yourself for any outcome, knowing that either way, you can handle it. Now, let's tackle fear. Picture yourself at the edge of a diving board, high above the water. Your heart races, fear grips you. You're scared of the jump, but you're also scared of staying stuck. This is where existential courage comes in. The courage to face the unknown, to take that leap despite the fear. It's not about being fearless, but about moving forward despite your fears. Remember Kierkegaard's words about stepping into the unknown and finding your true self there. In everyday life, overcoming worry and fear can start with small steps. If public speaking terrifies you, start by speaking up more in meetings. Then maybe lead a small presentation. Each step builds your confidence and reduces fear. Mindfulness can also play a crucial role. When worries and fears arise, acknowledge them. Don't push them away or let them overwhelm you. Just observe them as they are. This detachment allows you to see your fears without being controlled by them. Another practical tip is to use visualization. Imagine yourself successfully handling the situation you're worried about. This mental rehearsal can boost your confidence and reduce anxiety. In essence, overcoming worry and fear is about understanding and managing your reactions to them. It's recognizing that while you can't always control external events, you can control your response to them. So next time you find yourself worrying or fearful, ask, what's in my control? How can I break this down into manageable steps? Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the determination to move forward despite it. Strategy number 9. Embrace uncertainty. Have you ever felt anxious because you didn't know what the future holds? Maybe it's uncertainty about a job, a relationship, or life in general. This discomfort with the unknown is natural, but embracing uncertainty can be incredibly empowering. Let's consider a common scenario. You're waiting to hear back after a job interview. The uncertainty can be overwhelming. You might find yourself constantly checking your email or phone, playing out different scenarios in your mind. Here, Stoicism offers a grounding perspective. Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, teach us to focus on what we can control, our actions and reactions, and to accept what we cannot control, like the decisions of others. Instead of fretting over the outcome, you could use this time to reflect on your interview performance, consider areas for improvement, or even explore other opportunities. Embracing uncertainty is also about being open to life's possibilities. Imagine you're at a crossroads, deciding whether to take a conventional path or pursue a dream that's less secure but more fulfilling. The uncertainty of the less trodden path can be daunting. Here, existentialist philosophy encourages you to make authentic choices that align with your true self, even if they come with uncertainty. It's about asking yourself, what choice will I not regret, regardless of the outcome? In day-to-day life, embracing uncertainty means accepting that change is the only constant. For example, if you're planning an event and the weather forecast looks uncertain, instead of stressing over it, you could plan for various scenarios. It's about being adaptable and flexible, ready to pivot as situations evolve. Mindfulness can be a helpful tool in embracing uncertainty. It teaches you to stay present and not get lost in worries about the future. When you find yourself spiraling into what-ifs, take a moment to breathe and bring your focus back to the now. Another practical approach is to build resilience. Life will always have uncertainties, but each challenge you overcome makes you stronger and more capable of handling future uncertainties. Reflect on past instances when you navigated uncertain times successfully. What did you learn? How did you grow? Embracing uncertainty isn't about having all the answers. It's about being comfortable with not knowing and making the best of the present moment. So, next time you face uncertainty, instead of trying to predict every outcome, ask yourself, how can I make the most of the present? What can I learn from this experience? Remember, uncertainty isn't a barrier. It's a gateway to growth and new possibilities. Strategy number 10. Practice mindfulness in daily life. Practicing mindfulness in daily life is a transformative approach that can bring a profound sense of peace and clarity to your everyday experiences. Have you ever found yourself lost in thought, worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, and missing out on the present moment? Mindfulness is the art of bringing your full attention to the here and now, appreciating life as it unfolds, moment by moment. Imagine a typical morning. You're rushing through breakfast, your mind already at work on the day's tasks. What if instead, you took a moment to truly taste your coffee, to feel the warmth of the cup in your hands, to listen to the birds outside? This simple act is mindfulness in action, being fully present and engaged with your current experience. Mindfulness isn't just for serene moments, though. Consider a stressful situation at work, like a challenging meeting or a tight deadline. Instead of getting swept up in stress and reaction, mindfulness teaches you to take a step back, to breathe, and to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. This pause can be incredibly powerful, allowing you to respond more thoughtfully and effectively. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life can start with small, deliberate practices. Try beginning your day with a few minutes of quiet reflection or deep breathing. This sets a tone of calm and presence for the rest of your day. Or you might choose to take mindful breaks, short periods where you step away from the business, close your eyes, and simply focus on your breath. Mindfulness also extends to how you interact with others. It's about truly listening when someone speaks, not just planning what you're going to say next. It's being fully there with them, in that moment. This can deepen your connections and make your interactions more meaningful. Another aspect of mindfulness is gratitude. Take time each day to reflect on what you're thankful for, even the small things. This practice can shift your perspective, highlighting the positives in your life and reducing negative thinking. Remember, mindfulness is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger with practice. It's about training your mind to return to the present whenever it wanders. So, next time you find your mind racing ahead or lagging behind, gently bring it back to now. Ask yourself, what am I experiencing in this moment? How can I engage with it fully? Practicing mindfulness in daily life isn't about perfection. It's about progression. Each moment of mindfulness is a step towards a more peaceful, aware, and connected life. So, there you are. These were the 10 practical strategies to create a brand new version of you in the year 2024. Each of these strategies, rooted in timeless wisdom and practical application, is designed to empower you, to spark a transformation that resonates not just on the surface, but deep within. As you embark on this journey of self-renewal, remember, it's not about a sudden, monumental shift. Instead, it's about those small, consistent changes that gradually shape the essence of who you are. Whether it's embracing the art of not caring where it matters, building existential courage, or practicing mindfulness in your daily routine, each step you take is a brick in the foundation of your new self. And as you weave these practices into the tapestry of your life, you'll find that change is not just about reaching a destination. It's about evolving, learning, and growing along the way. It's about discovering strengths you didn't know you had and facing challenges with a resilience that surprises even you. So, as you step into the rest of 2024, carry these strategies with you. Use them as tools, as guides, as companions on your journey. And most importantly, be patient and kind to yourself. Transformation is a journey, not a race. It unfolds in its own time, in its own unique way. Let's look forward to a year of growth, of challenges turned into opportunities, and of small moments of realization that add up to a profound understanding of who you are and all that you can be. Thank you for watching till the end. If you like this video, please like and support our channel by subscribing. Also, please share it with your friends and family. I will see you again in my next video.